So the Common App activities list, huh? Not a lot of space to express a lot about yourself. Couple tips though. Got a couple tips for you. Use semicolons, use dashes. That'll help you. You only have 150 characters at the time of this recording to fill out the description for each activity. So you need to obviously put a lot of effort into condensing what's probably expressed at a greater length in your brag sheet activities list. And luckily for a lot of schools, you can attach a resume. Doesn't mean it needs to be 10 pages, but a 3-page resume, 1-page resume would even hold a lot more than the activities list. But enough complaining. You don't have a lot of space. You want to do a good job with the activities list. A really nice tip is that the name of the activity, people usually have leftover space there. So depending on what the activity is, you can move up some of what you'd like to say in the description section, which is obviously 150 characters. You have a lot to say to describe an activity. Maybe 4 bullets if you're pulling from a resume and throwing it onto the activities list. You probably have 400 characters you could throw in there, most likely more. You don't have a lot of space, but looking at the activity as a whole and realizing that you might have a little bit more space in the name of the activity could allow you to take something from the description, even if it's just a title, something you do, a role that you have could be made more titular, right? You could make it into a title, move it into the name of the activity, and you're allowing yourself additional space in the description. That's only 15 characters, really minor tip, but could be pretty helpful. And for the most part, you should check the box that you plan to continue the activity in college. Like I had a student of mine, he was a little bit overwhelmed, maybe senior year, and had worked so hard to get to where he was, and he ended up having great results with his application, but he worked really hard to get where he was, and I think he was a little overwhelmed, and he checked off one box. He only wanted to continue one thing. And what about soccer? What about debate? He's like, I'm just sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore in college. I'm done. I'm just going to study my philosophy. That's it. Don't do that, obviously. You want to check off almost everything you plan to continue in college. Otherwise, it looks like kind of raises a red flag. Why is he stopping everything that he's interested in? Why is he giving up on his supposed passions? So don't do that. And sometimes how you categorize the activities, it would allow you to include more activities or spread out the activities. So some people who have a little bit of maybe a thin amount of extracurriculars, we may take something that they've grouped together into one activity. Say they only have like 4 legitimate activities. That's not going to look good compared to somebody who has 10 that are pretty sizable, right? So we might take, say, 3 of the 4 and figure out how to break them down, spread them out a little bit, have the title of the activity be more focused so that we can take those 4 and maybe turn them into 7 or 8 or maybe even 10 if we're creative enough. Similarly, some people have too many activities, like 15. In that case, to express 15 in only 10 spaces, we have to figure out how to title the activity and group the activities to fit 15 activities into only 10. So I don't know how much of a help that is without seeing how to do it, but at least it's on your radar now. It's something for you to consider when you're filling out the activities list on your own. And so far as the priority, obviously the Common App makes it clearer than ever that they should be in order of importance to you. Just don't raise any red flags here, and have the nonprofit that you started disingenuously last year actually be the 10th thing on your activities list. Move it up. Maybe stagger the type of activity a little bit. This just show diversity of interest, and so far as ranking the importance of the activity, some people drive themselves crazy. I think it's something we could go over in half an hour to make sure that it all adds up. So those are some very basic tips. We can go into more depth maybe in another video, but hopefully those help you complete the activities list on the Common App. Thanks for watching. I'm David.